How can we share our faith without seeming like a used car salesman?
It feels like somebody wants to sell me something!
I think one of the worst feelings in the world is when someone's trying to sell us something that we're just not interested in. And I think one of the main reasons we're not interested sometimes is because we can tell that this person doesn't actually care about us, or they don't even care about what they're selling. It feels totally different for someone to introduce you to something that they actually believe in. You see, the difference between selling something and sharing something is often whether or not you love it. What do you love to share? We all love to share the things that we love. It's natural, it's authentic, it flows out of who we are. We're all promoters, and some of us are more promoters than others. Some of us can't just quietly enjoy something on our own. We need to go out there and share it with everybody. For me, one of the things that I love to share is authentic Japanese ramen. It breaks my heart when I say ramen and somebody gets an image in their mind of a styrofoam cup and freeze-dried vegetables. The best ramen I've ever had was from a restaurant called Domo in downtown Denver, and it's a sukiyaki beef dashi shoyu ramen, and it is unbelievably delicious. I mean, you've had good food before, but you have never had something this delicious. It's got the richest broth that's salty and incredibly savory at the same time, thinly sliced beef just exploding with flavor. The noodles are perfect consistency, and even the vegetables, which I normally don't care about, are delicious. I love this ramen, and I love sharing this experience with others. Sharing ramen with others feels natural. I was doing a year's worth of study over in Oxford, and on our breaks in between classes, I would stand up and say, ramen, ramen, who wants to get ramen? And my friends would come with me, and I'd introduce them to ramen, and they would have their expectations just absolutely shattered as they realized how amazing this meal is. Except for my friend Matabo. Every time I would invite her, she would just say, no, I'm not interested, that's not my thing, that's not for me. Until near the end of the semester, I finally wore her down, and she came with me, and guess what happened? She loved it, and it felt so good, not only because I was right, but because I got to share something that I loved with my friend. Shouldn't sharing our faith be like that? Shouldn't it be like sharing something that we love? If sharing your faith doesn't feel like that, I think you need to ask yourself a few questions. First is, do I really love Jesus? Do I love my faith? Because you can't share something that you don't have. If you don't actually know Christ, or you don't actually have a flourishing relationship with him, then it's no wonder that it's hard for you to share that with somebody else. But if you can answer that question, yes, that I actually love Jesus, then I think we need to ask a second question. Is there some belief that is stopping me from sharing my faith? Is there something about sharing my faith that I believe is wrong? Barna recently did a survey of practicing Christian millennials, and it said that 47% of them said that it is wrong to share your faith with somebody of a different faith in the hopes that they will someday believe what you believe. 47%, that's almost half of practicing Christians are saying that it's wrong to share our faith. Why is that? Well, that same study had a result that said 40% of people said that disagreeing with somebody is judging them. And I think that might be the key to this, that if you believe that disagreeing with somebody is judging them, then it's going to feel awkward when you share your faith. It's going to feel cringy when you try to tell somebody that they need to believe in Jesus. That's why I think we need to disagree with this nonsensical statement that disagreement is judgment, because it's self-contradicting, because you're disagreeing with anyone who disagrees that disagreement is judgment. And number two, if Jesus is really Lord of the universe, then the most loving thing that we could do is to disagree with somebody. To tell them that they're wrong, to tell them that they need Jesus, to tell them that he died for them on the cross, and he paid the penalty that we deserved in order that we could have a restored relationship with God. Just like my friend Matabo needed to realize that she was wrong about ramen, that she actually would love to have ramen. In the same way, we need people to realize that if Jesus is Lord of the universe, then they need to know him, to have a relationship with the one who brings life. So your two takeaways are, if you don't love Jesus, You need to work on loving Jesus, on knowing him, and having a personal relationship with him. And if you do love Jesus, what lie of culture are you believing that's keeping you from sharing your faith? Do you believe that it's somehow judging somebody to disagree with them? You need to get rid of that belief and instead realize that the most loving thing that you could do for somebody is to graciously disagree with somebody. Sharing our faith should be like sharing something that we love. Our enthusiasm is contagious. So what do you think? Post in the comments below if you have a tip on sharing your faith in a natural and compelling way. And if you found this video helpful, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.